today we're talking about self-care and essential oils, and I did introduce myself. I'm Dr. Brandi. I've been using essential oils since 2018 fully. Like, it was something I looked forward to because my mom had rheumatoid arthritis, she had COPD. We needed one more thing to help her with her breathing and her emotions. Like, she would get anxious really fast, she couldn't breathe. We were trying to get her off all her medications, and essential oils were one of the things that I was able to grab. Besides all the supplements and stuff I had, I was like, there's still something my mom needs. And that oil was Breathe Again. Young Living has one called Breathe Again. That was like my, all right, Mom, smell this. And she would smell it, and it would calm her down. And then I also would give her peace and calming. That would help her breathe, because when you can't breathe if you're like anxious, right? So oils were like a new, like, that's why I got into oils. And then I had my sixth child, or I was trying to have my sixth child, and oils helped me kind of go through that process too. So Brooklyn, who's 7 now, has been an oily baby ever since she was in the womb. So I'll kind of share a little bit on her stuff too, but self-care is so important. That's why we brought it up this month in our office, because we want people to understand that we need to take care of ourselves. So I figured, well, great, I'll do a conversation and I'll talk about oils and self-care. So tonight's layout, a little bit of a welcome, I'll go through in a minute. What are essential oils, usage and safety? As much as I feel like I repeat myself all the time with those two things, how do I use it? What can I do? Can I diffuse it? I need to be repetitious, because we all need to hear it more than once. Because sometimes we're like, oh, I got it, and then we don't hear anything else. Right. And we're all like that. So I'm gonna be repetitious on there, not too deep, but enough to kind of help you out. Sleep, calm, relaxation, some oils that are really good there. Nutrition, how essential oils can help with that. Along with our Ninja, I'll talk about with that. Exercise, how we can use that, because all of this is kind of like self-care. You know, if we're working on our self-care, are we sleeping? Are we calm? Are we relaxing? Are we taking care of our nutrition? Are we moving, exercising? Do we have that mental, emotional support that we need? Because that is huge with our overall well-being, right? So we gotta make sure we focus on there. And then I'll talk about the best EO bundle. Most of you probably already have it, but I have to share it. So I don't know if any of you are on Facebook. We just had a birthday party for Brianna. She just turned 20. Brianna's in the middle. She's Wednesday there. This is my younger Wednesday there. But she wanted to have a birthday party for the fact that she wanted to have like the death to her teenage years. We're like, well, that's kind of morbid. Can we make it fun? And she's like, so we did an Addams Family one. So we, as a family, do not dress up for Halloween. So when I posted this, people were like, you dressed up for like kind of like Halloweenish. And I'm like, it was for our birthday party. So we had a blast. She told us who we should be, what's going on. This is Lauren. She was cousin It. She was awesome. She worked today. She's one of my daughters. And then we don't have, like, this is my son-in-law Blake and Hunter. And then there's Dr. Jessica. This is Zach, who's always part of the family. He's one of my cousins, or my nephew. And then Mom and Dad Leverance are right here. They came just dressed up and with what they have in the closet. They're awesome. So yeah, that was us. So today we're gonna have some fun. So again, if you have questions, let's just have fun. You know, we're not coming to a class to be bored. I want you to go home going, I'm excited to like try something new, and I'm excited to feel better. We need to stop being so serious, and let's talk about bringing life back to our health, and with some tools that are right out of God's garden. Honestly, essential oils, herbs, nutrition, clean water. It's some foundational things that we have to work with that we forget that actually has the power they actually have. Like we think there's a magic pill or medication or a weight loss program or something, and honestly, we forget about the foundation stuff that we have right in front of us. And then remember, this is something I want you to focus on. Self-care is not selfish. Sometimes we think self-care has to be like spa, like I have to schedule in my spa, my massage, get my nails done, my hair done. Yes, that's all self-care. But again, we need to know, like, if we don't take care of ourselves, how can we take care of anybody else, right? So huge, huge, huge. I regret taking such good care of myself. Said nobody, right? Ever. Honestly, we regret this. Like, we're like, wait a minute, I'm not slowing down enough. Like, why am I sick? Why am I stressed out? Why is so-and-so not talking to me anymore? Well, it's probably because we're not taking care of ourselves. We're not slowing down. We're not really coming in tune again with what we need. So again, it's time to take care of ourselves. And today we're gonna talk about bringing in essential oils to kind of help you guys with that process. My job is to give you something that's not gonna cause side effects, not gonna make you feel worse, something that you can have in your home. You know, I have a lot of people who reach out to me and they're like, I don't feel good, I have this going on, what do you think about this? And I'm like, do you have oils at home? I do. Great, and then I can kind of help them, because it's like oil should be something we have at home, just like we have our spices and we just, you know, all that kind of stuff. So what are essential oils? Essential oils are compounds that are extracted from plants. So God gave us these plants in order to catch the essence of the plant. So again, we are like taking lavender from the ground, and then they're squeezing it, right? They're steam compressing it. There's different things that they do to get that oil out of that plant. So literally lavender should smell just like it came out of, like you took it between your fingers, you can just pass it around. Pick some, you want like this, and you can smell it, and it should smell like the plant. It shouldn't smell like Bed Bath & Beyond lavender, right? There's a difference. So essential oils are obtained through steam distillation, so they take hot steam to get the oil to separate. Cold pressing, that's usually with citrus oils, so lemon, orange, bergamot, that kind of stuff. And then through other chemical means. More so chemical means are more so like in jasmine, and there's another one where they have to extract it differently. But a lot of companies will do a lot of different chemicals, and that's not good, because that chemicals will then also get into our essential oil, and we don't want that. So, thank you, Jessica. All right, so essential oils stimulate our limbic system. So when you talk about essential oils, you gotta talk about the limbic system, and it's our emotional brain. So it is where everything, when we smell lavender, we either love it or don't love it. Either brings us a memory. It can bring a memory, like, you know, cinnamon can bring a memory, like during Thanksgiving time, or, you know, Christmas spirit reminds us of Christmas. But again, when we're stimulating our limbic system, that emotional brain, we get emotional responses. We could have anger, fear. It can increase our libido, hormone function. So hormones, right? Like we can actually smell lavender and it'll stimulate our melatonin. Sorry, I just put you back to sleep.
I'll get through it.
Okay. So again, the smell, just smelling a good aroma, smelling something that has live molecules coming from it. Like it's not just a smell. There's actually like what's hitting our nose. Like it's little molecules, right? So that can really stimulate our hormones, behavior. It can help us with motivation. I'm sure you guys have heard of stories or studies with long and short-term memory, like when people are studying for an exam, they might like smell peppermint or whatever they do, whatever they smell, then they want to smell that also right before their test, so they're stimulating their brain on remembering what they just learned. So they do a lot with essential oils or scents to really help with memory. Short or sleep patterns, so we want to support our sleep. Like I said, lavender helps with melatonin. So again, great in the diffuser at nighttime. It's probably been since 2018 that I've had lavender in my diffuser every night before I go to bed. And that's my oil. It might not be everybody's oil. Somebody might like peace and calming or orange, but lavender's always worked for us, so that's always in our diffuser at bedtime. It supports our reproduction, and again, yes, the sense of smell is part of that limbic system. So what if you can't smell? Like, hello, COVID years. Essential oils can still support you. And a lot of times, essential oils, like they'll do sleep or scent or cleansing, like for the receptors, where if you can't smell, you can still kind of work on it. And sometimes I had one lady who had full-fledged Parkinson's, couldn't smell, and she was the only one that showed up to my class. And she came in and I was like, uh-oh. So I literally just sat down and had a one-on-one with her, and I gave her, kind of told her about the oils, and I gave her Citrus Fresh. And Citrus Fresh, because she was like, she told me she can't smell. She goes, I don't smell. And I gave her Citrus Fresh, and her face just lit up, and she had a tear coming down her eyes, and she's like, I can smell it. And so it's like, that's the only oil she diffused, or she would smell or put on for like months. Because some of the other scents she couldn't really grasp, but this one was one that she could smell, and it was like, she's like, I still can smell. Like, it was like a God moment. I'm like, thank you, Lord, for bringing one person here at one time. And so that Citrus Fresh is very cleansing, very uplifting. It was just a really good one that kind of brought back like good memories there. All right, so with essential oils, quality matters, just like our supplements, just like our food source, just like quality water. If you can't buy essential oils at TJ Maxx and think they're gonna be good for you. They won't, because they're gonna be fragrance. There's gonna be a lot of chemicals in there, they're gonna dilute it. It's like having a tea bag, making yourself a cup of tea, so good. And then taking that tea bag, making another cup with the same tea bag, and keep going, because that can go like 7 times, and that's how some essential oils are, is they've gone 7 times, and then they have to throw in another chemical in there to like dilute it a little bit more, just to make it smell like it should smell. So that's stuff that's fragrance and perfume type. We don't want that. We want something that, if we want to feel good with essential oils, not just to smell pretty, but we want to feel better. Thanks, babe. We want good quality, and that Young Living hasn't turned, like I haven't had a bad Young Living oil yet. Like I muscle test it on a regular basis, I'm checking it. Yes, you might get a different smell between like peppermint. Sometimes peppermint will change depending on what season they pull it from. So sometimes it's like amazing, and then sometimes you're like, what happened? It doesn't smell as menthol-y, like it'll be a little more earthy. And that's just because they might have done it in like with the weather. Like sometimes it's really rainy, sometimes they do it in the fall. But majority of the time you're gonna smell that menthol that'll wake you up.
So you want it when it's like steam distilled or cold pressed. You don't want the chemical
This is
process.
really, the chemical one is only for like, let's say jasmine oil, where they have to do something where they do with the right solvents to actually pull it out. But a lot of other companies can add more chemicals in there that you don't want.
Okay.
And you won't know.
And then the others on here, like let's say Joy or Cool as You, and
Right.
Wax Spruce, those
are all
those
steam
like a
distilled.
mix of a blend?
Yep, so those are blends. So
Okay.
they'll take essential oils, let's say like
Okay, it says
lavender and
blend.
peppermint,
Okay.
yep. Bergamot will be in Joy, and they'll take singles and they'll put it together, and it'll, with one intention of bringing joy that will help
Okay.
release worry and things like that.
I see where it says blend now, hello,
Yeah,
okay.
that's okay. So there's definitely singles and there's blends. Yeah, the Thieves is a blend. And then lemon, peppermint, lavender, those are singles.
Okay.
Yeah. Frankincense should be a single. A lot of other companies will have 3 different trees of frankincense in their frankincense. So it's not necessarily one tree, like it's more than one different plant, like trees are all different. So you want, if it says, frankincense, boswellia, cartier, whatever, that's one tree. But if you see 3 different names in there, it's a blend, it's not a single. I'm just saying that you want good quality stuff, so stick with one type. Seed to seal is really important, just like in anything, any sourcing, if it's in our food supply, if it's feeding our animals, if it's in our essential oils, we wanna know what went in the dirt, we wanna know how it's being harvested all the way to the bottle. So Young Living has something called seed to seal. What it means is they're gonna go through, they're gonna steam distill something or cold press it if it's citrus. Those plants will come directly from harvest, and then they will take 0 chemicals used. Their plants are fresh, they're giving you the concentrated version of that living plant in their oil. So they're not gonna spray pesticides to kill the weeds in between the crops, right? They're not gonna try to make things grow faster than it's supposed to. If you have a bad crop and it doesn't come out, they get rid of it. Like they can't, if it's not gonna have good quality, like when they go to distill it and it's not gonna meet their standards, there's a reason why things go out of stock. Just like when the chickens all got sick and the eggs kind of went, disappeared for a minute, they couldn't just miraculously make eggs, they had to get rid of it all, right? So again, if there's still stuff coming out on market when the crops have been bad, somebody made a scent in there. So you really want a company that's gonna make sure that they give you, like Valor was out for like 9 months. Purification was out because it was like a drought, was it a drought or what? Something happened in the weather, so they didn't have like the lemongrass or something went out. So there's just sometimes you just can't get your favorite product and you're like, man, but you don't want them to like chip you, right? You don't want them to pre-dilute something just to put a label on it. So again, we want high quality things because we want to make sure we're getting authentic, science-backed products that are gonna react like Mother Earth would react with, like lavender's gonna be lavender, okay? We don't want the synthetic stuff, okay? But some people say, I've tried essential oils, they don't work, or they stink, or they give me a headache, or some of that, it could be because it's what type of essential oil they're using. Other times they're just really toxic, and it's starting to detox them when they're actually smelling the oils. Or sometimes I'll have somebody who I'm like, all I want you to do is, and put it away, and you're gonna do that every day for a week, and because that's gonna detox them, because their body is so sick, because essential oils clean up the receptors in the body, and it starts moving things around. And sometimes doing that, just taking somebody off their pop and telling them to drink water, they get sick, really sick, because they're so used to having that pop, and as soon as you start adding water, you're starting to move all those nasty things that have built up in the body, right? Well, essential oils kind of help move and cleanse, and not everyone's ready to do that. So even though I say keep it simple, you have to be careful not to, you can overdo it if your body can't handle it. So just listen to your body. It's not gonna give you side effect, it's just gonna make you feel like, oh, that's a little too much, or maybe I'll drink some water, or pause and break. All right, usage and safety. Essential oils, we can aromatically, which means we're just opening up the bottle and smelling it. So we're breathing it in, we're stimulating. Do you guys remember what that one system's called? I talked about earlier about the emotional brain. Who said that? Yes, the limbic system.
Yeah.
Yes, so stimulate our limbic system.
Right.
Hey girl, there's my little other helper. All right, so again, it's right there, the limbic system. And then again, this also is when we're putting oils in our diffuser. So the diffuser is just water. I feel like you start with like maybe 2 to 3 drops of essential oil. If you want more, then you add 3 drops of 3 different, like I actually have 2 drops of 3 different oils in here right now. I did Thieves, Raven, and Peppermint, I think. So I did 3 different oils, 2 drops each, so there's 6 drops in there. Hello. So again, you can just kind of play with that, like you can just diffuse that. You can put it on a bracelet if you want to diffuse and just be breathing things in. You can put it on a tissue and stick it in the car before the drive. Put it in the vent if you just don't have anything, so stick it in the car so you can aromatically feel it in the car just from putting it on a tissue, right? So that's aromatic, again, stimulate that limbic system. Topically, we kind of talked about that earlier a little bit, where when you want to dilute, you can add like the V6, you can add fractionated coconut oil, you can add coconut oil, like regular coconut oil. Like sometimes if I'm making a body lotion, I just grab coconut oil that I have at home that I'm eating and cooking with. If I don't have this, so honestly started with this. This was one of my first carrier oils. I just liked it. It was good. It was easy to grab. I just ordered my oils. Ordered this when I did it too, so I'd have it. When you see neat means taking the oil and, like Connie put peppermint on earlier, she just dropped it right on her wrist just to kind of wake her up. Neat means putting it straight on your skin. And it's totally fine. I love like putting oils all over me neat, like I can do it. But if you want your body to you want it to stay on the skin a little longer, carrier oil is gonna keep it on your skin longer, so it doesn't evaporate as fast, okay? And then internally is another way. When we see oils that are, Young Living made it easy, telling you which ones are really generally safe to internally take, they're gonna have the white labels. But just so you know, there's also a lavender that has a white label, and then there's a lavender that has a solid label. Same exact oil. Young Living's just telling you, hey, okay, well, if you open up this is gonna tell you you can take it and drop it in your water or put it in a capsule. This one you're gonna put in your diffuser or rub it on your skin. It's just the label's different. The oil's the exact same thing. So I might have a big bottle of lavender, the 15 milliliter, and I'm gonna be putting it, maybe in my water or in a capsule if my allergies are bothering me. So just so you guys know, frankincense, lavender's lavender, it's the same thing, even if it has a white label or no white label. Did I lose anybody? Okay, because that is one where I don't get it. So like lemon or even the citrus fresh will come bigger. Same oil, just different label. If you buy in the white labels though, the Vitality, this is Vitality, no tax because it's like food. So you're like, well, I just want the little ones. I'll just buy the ones with the white because then there's no tax. Save a little. Just so you know. You gotta save a little money while you can. All right, keep it simple. Oils will not hurt you. You can always just yes, I've had people get burned from them from the sun. They put citrus on, and then they go outside, and then they have sunburn. Well, you'll learn from it. It's not gonna kill you, so we'll just learn from it. Start low and slow, which means, okay, like I said, open it up, smell it. Ooh, I like this, or I don't like this, all right? Or low means putting it on your feet. So a lot of times if you know you're sensitive on your skin, or you itch a lot, put oils on the bottom of your feet, put them on top of your feet. If you have sensitive skin, that's where I would start, because the VitaFlexes, which covers your whole body. Like I can put oils on my big toe and it's gonna take care of my head.
Really?
Yes. So like a teething baby, I'm gonna put oils on their big toes, and they can literally, like, you could even like rub clove oil on your big toe or rub it on your thumbs, and you can feel your mouth kind of go numb. Oh yeah, like whenever I go to the dentist, I'm like, clove oil, and I'm cloving it. If I'm not putting it in my mouth, it's literally in my pocket the whole time, and I'm going like this, because I don't like the shot, so I just use clove oil. Yeah, but literally the body will pick it up, the essential oils will flow through the body and go where they need to go, but you can put it on your feet and it'll know where to go.
I didn't know that, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and you don't
cool.
have to dilute when it's on the bottom of your feet, so you're like, man, I don't have a carrier oil. You can still put it straight on the feet, even little babies, I can still take a lot of the oils and put them on the bottom of their feet, and they're gonna be okay. It won't make them sensitive.
That's cool.
Any questions?
So you could put any one of them on the bottom of your feet and it will know where to go, like you said, you don't have to,
Not really, no.
research that to find out where to put it. Cause like, you told me to take black pepper and put it on the back of my neck.
So when you come
So-
see me, I muscle test, so I'm really able to like dial it in where your body wants it. But honestly, just using it, the body, it's gonna go through the body within, I can't remember all the numbers, but it goes through the body so fast.
Mhm.
Yeah, the quickest way to get oil in your body is to smell it. The next, I think, is topically, and then internally takes a little bit because it's gotta go through your whole system, but yeah, it'll figure its way out. I just have people like narrow it in, so almost like a visual, like, okay, I'm handling my teeth right now, so I'm gonna put things on my toes, or I'm gonna put it on my thumbs, cause that's a VitaFlex, and then I know like emotionally what I'm doing it for, so there's a connection on why I'm putting that oil. Or if my stomach hurts, I'm gonna rub it on my stomach, or I'm gonna rub it on the bottom of my feet. Yeah. And some people can just open up this oil and smell it if their stomach hurts, and they just feel better, cause that just helps them. So, and the longer you've been using oils, the more oils you'll use, just saying, cause your body can handle more. So at the beginning, you only need a little, but if you've been doing it for 10 years, you're like, you're not even go through oils. Yeah. All right, so let's talk a little about sleep, calm, relaxation, because with our self-care, sleep is huge. Like if we're not sleeping, we're not resting, we're not nice, like it's just, right? So how can we support that calm and relaxation? So some of the most common essential oils, lavender, you kind of passed that around and smelled that one already. Lavender is very calming, it fosters a peaceful state of mind. There's a very small percent of people out there that don't like lavender, or lavender will keep them up at night. So very small. So again, if you're like diffusing lavender, like I just can't sleep, you probably have ADHD or something, and you probably need coffee before you go to bed. Because there's actually a gene, there's something there that's switched differently, and lavender will stimulate you versus calm you. So you're not abnormal, you're just not, like you might be like the 1%ers. But I have to say that because I know that's true. Stress Away, this is a really good one. How many of you like Stress Away?
I love that and Peace and Calming. I love those.
Which two?
Stress Away and Peace and Calming. They're so, I love them.
Now, do you put those in your thing at night to help you sleep?
Sometimes I'll just put them like on the back of my neck or something.
Maybe you should put a drop of each of those, or whatever the mix would be.
Or a gallon of them.
Yeah.
You're like, what does that smell?
Yeah.
So it's got vanilla in there, it's got lime in there. I've never had a sun problem with it, even with the lime in there. I remember going to the 4-H fair and having it all down my neck, and I never got burnt by it. So I'll still wear that even if I'm outside. It doesn't bother most people. But it's got, the vanilla is huge. Vanilla emotionally helps support us from like a lot of emotional stress. It's almost like I said, clove is good for pain, like for our teeth and stuff. Vanilla is like the emotional pain. When you just got a lot coming in and it's just like, I can't handle it anymore, it hurts. Vanilla helps that. So that's kind of where Stress Away is just amazing.
So if you were to put a mix of those in a diffuser, like how many drops would you add
Start
more
off
of
with
this,
just
less
like-
of that?
Start off with like just 2 drops, and then you'll have an idea. As long as you can smell it, then you can always add more if you want. Cause you can't add, like, before you go to bed, like, this is the diffuser I would have right by my bed. And I probably add about 3 to 4 drops of lavender. And if I add too much of something else, I'm just like, woo, it's too much.
But you could do a mix of all those maybe.
You could, general rule is you don't wanna mix too many blends.
Okay,
Cause then you're kinda taking off the purpose of the blend.
okay.
Start low and slow.
Cause even just
I'm
one
asking
single-
for her, cause she doesn't sleep, and she.
I have a baby, so.
That's why. She'll sleep one of these days. But yeah, like, so, like, stress away lavender would be really good, or maybe lavender, or frankincense and peace and calming would be really good, cause this is a single, this is a single. Frankincense, again, is one that's really good for our immune system, youthful skin, calming mind and emotions. Some people just love frankincense. When I first smelt it, I was like, even honestly, when I first smelled lavender, I was like, ew. It was like, this is too earthy, like, I don't know, this is not what I remember
That's what I think
lavender
of
smelling like.
frankincense, it's too earthy.
It's very earthy, but now, like, when I smell it, I'm like, it's so healing. It's so healing smelling.
Sam made me something with patchouli, and my other son goes, "Who's the dirty hippie I smell?"
People that pick
It's
patchouli
me.
are like that, they either love it or they hate it.
Like,
Yes,
it's
peace
me,
and
I'd be the
calming
dirty
has
hippie.
I'm gonna pass around frankincense.
I feel like that's always the word that's used with patchouli.
I love the smell.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, I was at a store and a lady goes, "Somebody smells great." I go, "It must be me." And she goes, "I smell patchouli." I go, "Oh, it is me."
She does, she loves patchouli.
So one day I smelled like a dirty hippie, the next day somebody said I smelled great. It's like, okay.
That's a really, they're really political with those two.
Yes.
So yes, the easiest way to use this
Unless it's in the.
is in the diffuser. But what I'll also do before bed, like I said, like I have this face cream that has the frankincense and the lavender. So as I'm doing my self-care, after I wash my face, I put this on and I'm like, oh, you smell it. You're taking care of your skin. You have the aroma of the lavender and the frankincense, and it's just kind of like, you're just using oils in different ways. Also, great, like I said, low and slow, on the feet. Like, these oils are great on the feet. If you don't wanna be like overwhelmed up here, then rub them on the feet. Even like lavender is really good at calming, and if you get crampy and stuff like that, on your calves, like lavender can help with that. Sometimes peace and calming was my go-to when I would just have like spasms. I'm like, oh, you wanna calm something down? Grab peace and calming. Like, the oils tell you what they do. Especially with the blends. I'm like, okay. Let me pass around peace and calming, because if people wanna smell this patchouli, right? And then I'll move on. So this one does, I'm gonna show you, does have like a blue-green color because it's got the blue tansy in it, so it can stain your clothes. I'll just keep the top. So don't wear white when you're putting it on, or just rub it in really good. You might think you're green for a little bit, but then it rubs right in.
What was in the face serum again?
Frankincense and lavender. Alright, so peace and calming again. Some people love it, some people hate it because they don't like patchouli. But again, it's good for anything. Good for our mind, it's good for our body. So if you have something that just needs calming, or like stress away, like when I used to fly, that was one of my oils I'd have to go to. Like I did Valor for courage, which I'm gonna talk about in a second, I'm sorry, but stress away would relax my muscles. So like if I was like this, like, oh, I'm stressed out, we're going for a drive, like I don't, you know, when I'm the passenger, I'm like, oh, it's snowing out, there's rain. My shoulders are like this, right? Stress away, like you put it on the muscles. You rub a drop on your hands and you rub it down your neck, and then you breathe it in, you're like, okay, I can handle this ride, right? So stress away. Peace and calming might do that for somebody else. Stress away is what I go to. Other people might grab peace and calming for that type of stress. But again, we have to make sure, am I sleeping good? Am I remaining calm? What do I need for that? And then am I able to get into relaxation? If not, what oils can I grab at different points? Like maybe it's going to work, you're just stressed out. Well, what can I grab to help me get to work? Because I shouldn't be in this high stress state. Or I'm not, or at a certain time of the day, what can I grab? Because these oils are here and we can just grab them. Like I had one lady come in and she was stressed out. She was telling me like, ah. I was like, can I put some lavender in your hands? And she's like, sure. So I put lavender in her hands and she just sat there for a few minutes and breathed it in. And I saw everything just relax. And she was like, I needed that. So sometimes just having lavender ahead with you and breathing is huge, okay? Actually, before we do that, let's, which one did you guys like? I'm gonna have you breathe. I think you have a second. Like who wants wants stress away? You guys want to smell stress away and breathe it in? So I'm gonna have you put it on your hands, and then we're gonna breathe for a second. I'm gonna teach you what I learned. This one will burn your eyes. So let's just do a breathing thing, because this is harder. I tried to
Oh my God, heaven.
Isn't it good? So what you're gonna do, you're gonna breathe in deep, but you're gonna breathe in and you're gonna move the air to your head. Okay, so you're gonna take your hands and you breathe in, move the air to your head, and then you're gonna breathe out by pushing it through your feet. You would visualize that. So you're gonna breathe in again to your head, and then breathe out to your feet.
Oh, wow.
Can you visualize that?
Oh my God.
So breathe in again breathe it into your gut, like up into your head. And then breathe it out down to your feet.
I'm taking you home.
I don't breathe. So if someone can tell me to breathe, I'm like, I'd be like, oh cool, I'll live longer. So we need to I literally will stop now and I'm thinking, okay, when I'm breathing,
Oh my
am I
God,
bringing,
that is so crazy.
you feel better now?
Oh, yes.
But moving the air,
That's right
breathing,
away.
finding an oil that works for you and doing it once in a while. Like throughout the day, are you checking in with your body? Are you checking in with your mind?
Can you do that with lavender too?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yep. And you can do it anytime, as many times as you need to, but at least 3 breaths and big breaths in and drop. And you just kind of visualize, bring it to your head, building that head up, and then you blow out that stress. It's almost like breathe in the good, let out the stress. It could be lavender, frankincense, whatever you need.
Is there any of the oils that you
Well, you
shouldn't
can.
do that with? Good.
Not really.
Okay, good.
Whatever you like, whatever brings
Okay.
calm to you or whatever your
Put it
purpose
right
is at
down
that
on the
time.
back of your paper.
All right. I know, breathe. 3 times. All right, nutrition. We can add the essential oils to our water also. So again, like I said, having the oils around you and using them is going to benefit you. It's going to take care of your self-care. It's going to help detox. It's going to give you energy. It can help your digestion. So one of the easiest ones is like lemon vitality. A lot of people just start off with some lemon and they'll put it, I wouldn't put essential oils in a water bottle. You're going to want to put it in a container. Either a glass container or a stainless steel container or a ceramic, but not plastic. Because essential oils will break down the plastic because plastic is not good for us, right? So it's going to detox, and then before you know it, you're drinking the plastic. Or put essential oil with some water in a styrofoam cup. You'll burn a hole, it'll like go through it because it'll eat that styrofoam cup because it cleans up that kind of toxin. So again, that's what it's doing in our bodies, cleaning things up like styrofoam and all the other plastics, right? So again, lemon vitality is great. Citrus fresh is really yummy because it's got all the different citrus ones in there, and the spearmint is kind of great for digestion. So that's a really good one to start off with. Supporting our digestion, our immune system, our respiratory system. A lot of time we have respiratory issues because we're not flushing out the junk. So more water, and then how do we benefit? Add a drop of essential oil, like 1 drop. Like even in here, I only have 1 drop. My husband probably puts like 5 drops of peppermint in his, and you're like, woo! Like he loves peppermint, so.
He just goes straight on his tongue.
Yeah, he licks my peppermint. I'm like, that's yours now. He just opens up the cap and licks it. I'm like, no, you weren't supposed to lick the top. Digest vitality. This is one that too that is really good for internal. Like if you're having a hard time with digestion, like when we travel, like if I'm not sure if there's something in the food or if our stomach's just handling something off, but digest looks like digestion, and it really does kind of help like orally. It's like what I'll do is I'll put a drop under my tongue, or honestly I'd rather just rub it on my belly or put it on my feet. But it's not one that smells
You
amazing.
can rub it on your belly.
You can rub it on your belly. So I'll take that with peppermint. So like somebody who has IBS or Crohn's and all this other hot stuff going on, digest and peppermint are so good for their digestion. And they might not want to take it orally. Maybe just tell them just put a drop on their belly. Yeah, and then you can get the poopers going too. So digest peppermint. For a lot of people, when they're like, I'm just not well, and then I'm like, try this combination. There's a little bit of peppermint in there, but sometimes adding that extra peppermint in there helps the digestion move. And the only reason I said poopers because I had a patient come in today. I need help. My mom needs help pooping. I'm like, digest and peppermint. But some people love this smell, and they're like, can I just like wear that perfume? I'm like, no, don't do that. It's not really perfume type of smell.
Yeah.
But it's good for like the flu bugs going around. Like if the flu's going around, I'm grabbing Dries. And I'm using it on my stomach. And I'm also grabbing lavender or thieves. Like I'm grabbing all my oils because my body needs that support. Yeah. Like you're like Vanna. All right.
Now, if this is specifically on Young Living, now I was just here about on the 1st, and I ended up getting something that's not a Young Living brand from here. Woo or
Ooh, yeah.
yes. Now, how similar is that to
That
the
would just be
diet?
topically. So
Okay.
that has a blend of, it's a blend. So it's got like wintergreen and some other ones in there. Those
Mhm.
are systemic formulas, yep.
So would Digest be?
I alter them. It depends.
Okay.
So Digest is a really good place to start because it's got ginger and peppermint. It's good for general digestion. For the kid one is Tummy Jize. So if you need one that doesn't smell as strong, Tummy Jize has got more of a spearmint smell to it. It's a little more gentle. Some people are like, this is just too much. So I'm like, go Tummy Jize. The Woo oil is it's another, just a really good one that I have that I throw in there when there's a lot of parasite stuff going on. But we'll talk about that another day. I don't know if everyone's ready for parasites today. But yeah, Digest, again, just in mind, if I want to support my digestion, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna give it, like if I have a heartburn or if I'm just like, just not right, rumbling, things aren't moving well, or maybe I ate something that I wasn't sure was good for me, I'm gonna grab Digest just to help my body along. Yeah, and it's just oils that can help with nausea, help with like general digestion, calm things down, cool it off. Thieves Vitality, obviously that's another pretty common one that you kind of know. It's got cinnamon, clove. It's really good for our immune system, good for all the viral loads going on. A lot of times I'm having people put this down their kid's spine. We're putting it on the bottom of our feet, or you can make a capsule. You can make some tea with it. Like it's Vitality, so you can put it in some water and even drink it because it's got that cinnamon and clove. I'll take that off. Sorry.
That's funny. I read where the name Thieves came from, and I found that to be very interesting.
Yep. The whole thing.
Yep.
I know basic class, I usually go over all what's in every blend and I'll go over the stories. But yeah, it's really cool how they came up with it because of the plague.
Yeah.
So again, immune system, that one. So again, like I said, Vitality, you can put in your water. You can, great for tea. Some people put some with their honey. You know, they can maybe mix it in that way. So again, that one's a good one if you're just feeling a little under the weather. Really, the cinnamon, the clove, again, get in there, boost your immune system. They clean up the free radicals. Really good for viral load.
What else besides cinnamon and clove is in here?
Rosemary, maybe? Lemon. I know lemon's in there. It's like 4 or 5.
And is it common for it to smell different on different people?
Yes, because everyone's they have different pheromones. So people just smell different. Yeah, and then so some people are like, I don't like joy. It smells too flowery. But then you put it on the right person, you're like, you smell really good. I got joy on. You're like, I don't like joy. It's just, it smells different on different people. Yep.
Eucalyptus, rosemary, clove, cinnamon.
I forgot eucalyptus. So yeah, eucalyptus is in there too.
Okay.
And so I learned, because I'll get books and I'll be like, what's in this and what's it good for? And you just gotta be curious and just like study it. Like when you like something, you're like, why do I like it? And then get a book or go on Google, what's in this oil?
Yeah.
Like what's this oil good for? Google will tell you all the things I probably can't tell you because we're not treating things medicinally. Like you can't be like, well, thieves is great for, I don't know, certain plague. You can't do that, right? But if you go online, they'll tell you all that. So you can kind of look it up differently. Ninja is something that we talk about. I know a lot of people that drink Ninja in here already. Ninja is what Young Living has that's super high in antioxidants. I do a jumpstart every single month for 10 days. It is the supplement that is part of it. And it's just part of nutrition. So having a drink that has essential oils in it, but it's basically wolfberry, aronia, cherry, like there's different juices, but it's not like a sugary juice. It's not gonna spike your insulin. So again, it's like my multi-liquid whole food vitamin detoxifier. Like it just cleans up the digestion. So when you're changing up your diet or you need energy, this gives you energy without caffeine because it's just cleaning things up. So this is Ninja. Some people put oils in with that. So when you get a bundle, which we'll talk about too at the end, they usually give you 2 packets to try. So there's always a little sampling of Ninja in there. So you're like, what is this Ninja? Tell me more. I do a big class on Ninja, but we do a 10-day jumpstart with the Ninja because it's that good. And then we give you nutrition and recipes and stuff. So if If you wanna jump into the jump start, let me know, we start next Monday. Alright, exercise, how many of you guys love to exercise? You're like, move, right? Well, you're bored, I do that all the time. So exercise, we all need to be moving and exercising, and sometimes if we have the right tools, it makes it a little easier. So again, we can add water into or add oils into our wellness or water bottles, like the peppermint vitality, really cleansing, really opening things up. Kind of sometimes, like if you get really hot when you work out, grab peppermint vitality, drink it, put it on the back of your neck, wake yourself up with it. That's peppermint. Lemon again, good, because when we're working out, we want to be flushing out the toxins, because we get a lot of free radicals when the muscle's breaking down to rebuild. So things get moving, and we want to help that stuff get moving. So adding a citrus oil to your water when you're walking or moving, it's a perfect time because your lymphatics are getting things moving too when you're moving, right? So add oils to help the whole process of the lymphatics and everything flushing. Panaway is an oil that is good. So if you're like, oh, but it hurt, my ankles hurt, my wrists hurt, or my back hurts, or I don't like being sore after, right? Oh, Panaway. Panaway is one that's got a safety cap on it because it's got wintergreen, so it smells really good. Kind of smells like root beer. Yeah. But it's Panaway.
And how would you use this?
Panaway?
How would you use it?
How would I use it?
Yeah.
I would grab my carrier oil
Okay.
or my coconut oil.
Okay.
Yep, and I would use the Panaway, I'd put a drop of there and I
Okay.
would rub it on whatever muscle needed it. If my low back was bothering me, I would take a drop of that, rub it on there. I had another lady whose mother-in-law was like, they had wrist issues, like arthritis in their wrists. And so the mom or the grandma was like, I don't believe in oils. She goes, I don't have to believe it, let's just try it. Let's put it on one wrist and you just don't put it on the other wrist. The wrist that had Panaway, she was like, wow, my wrist doesn't hurt anymore. So Panaway is really good for joints. Like you could even just take a drop. You don't have to dilute it if you're, you know, if you're not sensitive, and just rub it on a joint and just see if it helps. So Panaway, but super good for muscles. It's got that wintergreen. It has helichrysum in there, which is really good regenerative for our blood vessels. So you're putting something on the body to take care of the discomfort, like the pain. But you're healing that area too, because you're cleaning it up. Like the essential oils, remember, are healing, regenerating. We're not just numbing something, taking a drug and be like, I'm gonna forget about you. The body's feeling relief, but it's not forgetting about it. It's actually bringing blood into that area, you know, white blood cells, cleaning receptors up. So we're adding something to, does that make sense? We're healing our body, we're letting our body heal by, but also feel better without popping pills. All right, so that's that. And if you have questions later, I will answer. Just let me know. You can reach out to me and be like, what did you say about that? I'll figure it out. All right, mental and emotional. I'm going to try to wrap this up so that you guys aren't here all night with me. I know you want to be, but mental and emotional. Frankincense is really good for, you can diffuse 4 to 8 drops. Honestly, start off with 2. But if you really need to have like almost a tent bomb, put 8 drops in there. Like if you just having a really rough night, go more. Like if you're really sick, I would say like somebody like RC is a blend or Raven's a blend here that is really good for like breathing. If you're really not feeling well, I don't know, put a lot of drops in, right? Don't just do 2 drops, put more in so you can actually breathe or use it more often. So I'm just gonna pass around Raven just because I mentioned it. Raven is super good for the lungs. So, you know, if you have asthma, if you just have like soreness in the chest, because there's wintergreen in Raven, there's also a lot of eucalyptus in there. It's really cooling for a really tight chest, okay? But frankincense is really good for that peaceful space. Again, it is a biblical oil for a reason. It's just got so many good qualities. Stressway, we kind of talked about that a little bit. Valor, I know I'm throwing so much at you guys. Valor is like one of my favorite. It is liquid courage in a bottle. So if you're just like, I'm just so stressed out, I'm so anxious, I'm trying something new, I don't know if I want to try something new, grab some Valor, because you probably need Valor more than Stress Away because you need courage to do something. So Valor has blue tansy in it too, so it's kind of a purple blue oil.
How would you use Valor?
Valor, I'm always putting it on the back of my neck or down my spine.
If you have, I have a granddaughter who's a nurse, first year, very full of anxiety. So what would I give her to try?
Valor, I like Valor and I do Peace and Calming on top of it for some people.
Pardon me?
Valor and Peace and Calming are really a good duo to like, here's 2 oils.
What was this one?
That was Stress Away.
Okay.
Yeah. they'll know.
And have her put the ballot
On the back of the neck, yeah, it just gives them courage to move forward that day.
right,
And before I show up to work, I put Valor on.
okay.
And then if you snore, Valor's really good, to put it on top of your big toes and see if it'll help you with your snoring. I do have, like, my mother-in-law was snoring once really, really bad, and I was like, I have some oils that might help you sleep better, Mom. And she's like, really? I'm like, can I put them on your toes? She's like, sure. 3 nights in a row, I didn't hear her breathing. I was like, oh wow. I thought I killed her. I'm like, she was loud and nothing. And then Valerie went out of stock. She's like, can I get some of that oil? I'm like, it's on stock. So we didn't share a hotel room after that. But Valor's good for sleep. That's something if you're like, what was that oil for snoring? Valor. Use Valor. Alright, and then again, we talked a little bit about citrus fresh. Lemon, if you just want to, even lemon is a great one to have at home. This is one of the cheaper ones. It's great for, if you just want to feel like sunshine's coming in the room, put some lemon in the diffuser or rub it on your hands and just do that breathing exercise. Lemon itself can kind of wake you up and make you feel happy too. Okay, citrus are great for that. And then stack your habits. The biggest mistake people make is that they're not using their oils. Like, I don't know, there's so many people like, I have so many oils, I don't need any oils. I'm like, are you using them? Use them. If you have oils at home, use them until they're empty. You don't want to save them until like a rainy day. Use them, because that's how you're gonna feel better. And then again, stacking means if you come to my house, you'll be like, oh my goodness, there's some in the bedroom, like on my wall, there's some on my dresser, there's a lot in my bathroom, right? They're all over the place, right? The kitchen, they're at every sink, they're all over the place because they're being used. So you have to use them if you want to know they're actually working for you. So bring it out there. I mean, a lot of them are not super expensive. The really expensive ones, yes, I have them up. But the other ones, I'm like, please use them and tell me when they're empty so we can replace them. But also, again, like I said, not using them with consistency, period, is the problem when people aren't like, oils don't work for me because you're not using them. Put them in your water, change things up. I've had people give me free oils, like a bag full, like a whole bunch of oils, because they're like, I just don't use them. I'm like, oh, thank you for your gift, but like let's next time teach you how to use them. So if you have oils at home that you're not using and you need help to figure out, let's work together, because that's the biggest thing is I want to teach more so people are using what they have. So not just buy new, we want to use what we have. Questions and comments, let's share a story so we can help others, which I feel like we've done. But what is, like, with those that have used oils, what is your favorite self-care oil? Like either something you heard today or something you just do. What's your favorite oil?
I like putting lemon in with my lotion on my face,
Nice.
you know, before I go to bed or,
Before bed.
yeah.
So sometimes you don't want to do, in the summer, you don't want to do that before you go to the beach or you go in the morning. So
Right.
do it in the evening. It's awesome because lemon is super good at the fresh smell, but then also just kind of keeping the skin not so blotchy. Like it's good for aging marks and stuff.
I love to diffuse lavender and patchouli together. Just makes me happy.
She's a patchouli person.
I am. I am.
So I'm the person that has the bag full of oils that didn't know what to do with them, so I gave a lot to my granddaughter. I gave her my diffuser,
Yeah.
unfortunately now, because I didn't know where to put it in the house that I'm there enough.
Anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah,
Yes, the
I mean-
bedroom's number one.
Yeah.
That's for us. We always, like, if I'm traveling in a hotel room, it's next to my bed. I always have it, I always bring it with me.
No, okay.
Yeah, it's just on your bedroom, just because we need to sleep and rest good. So even just diffusing there, so when you walk back in, you're like, oh, this room always smells so good. Yeah, you don't have to put it everywhere in the house to start off with.
Obviously, I would say thieves and stressful. But I can be about that. I'm probably an overuser, I'm probably an addict.
That's good that you're using it. That's good. Anything that jumps out to you today? Or have you?
It's a lot to take in.
What's the one thing I remember saying? One thing.
I don't know which scent to buy.
She was like, you like stress away though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
we might go with stress away.
I've been using lavender at night. I love that at night.
You sleep good with it, or just feel winding down, like you're winding down good?
I'll put it on the back of my neck.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I can smell it, and sometimes I'll put it on my pillow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you turn your head, you're like,
It's like, oh my God, this smells so good.
so good,
Wow.
so good.
I've been using your seasonal blend
Very good, good choice. Where do you put it?
everywhere.
So the seasonal blend is the lemon, lavender, peppermint, but it's good for like, yes, allergies, but it's also good for so much more, like digestive, headache, fevers, like whatever you need in oil, or if something just stinks, you're like, I need something to smell better, you just grab, I bring this to church, so if I sit by somebody who has a lot of perfume, I'm like, I just can't handle, I can't detox, so I
Yeah.
need something that's gonna help me detox.
I
Your
was
favorite? You did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
was
got it.
first.
You're the lemon.
Like,
Do you have anything to share? You really?
I don't know.
Anything that stands out today?
I don't know, but I do for I just recently got I think it's pronounced Lang Lang oil. What exactly can you use that for?
So love it
I
over
like
the
the
heart.
smell of it, but I don't know
Yeah.
what to use it for.
You can use it as a perfume, or as like you can breathe it in, or put it over your heart. It's really good at regulating our heartbeat, but it's also very like yin yang, like it helps balance our emotions. So again, it's a nice, some people put it in their diffuser at night, cause they can sleep better. So even do that with lavender.
I'm
like
one of
which
those
is-
people that drinks coffee to fall asleep.
So you might like
And
that.
so is
but
my daughter.
It might be your, okay, so it might be your calm down. It's called Lang Lang.
Lang Lang.
So it's YLANG.
I bought it because I make my own toothpaste, deodorants, all that.
Yeah.
So I bought it to make I found a recipe to make a
Do you wanna share your
bubblegum
bottle?
flavor.
Do you have your bottle with you?
Yeah.
I just gave her a small one. She's like, I need something that smells like jasmine.
Oh, yeah, oh my God.
This is what it smells like.
But I used it and I mixed it with a couple of other things to make a bubblegum scent.
That's the one Megan has, that's the one she has.
So this is a smaller pot. You probably want to get a bigger bottle. And I don't think they're that, it's not that
a small
expensive.
one.
Yeah.
Would you say
I
that
actually
it's
don't
a
even
perfume?
have.
Yeah, some people do.
I don't have that brand. It's even a smaller bottle. Than
Does
that.
yours
It's
smell
just
like
a
this?
Small, tiny one. I love the smell of it.
It's very, to me, it's very mellow. Like it's a hint. It's not like a potent smell. It's a,
I think it was like
Sure.
that. I think I mixed that eucalyptus, grapefruit, and peppermint together, and it was
Nice.
more of like a
it's a very
bubblegum.
feminine oil that helps with our hormones and it's just emotions and stuff. It's good. But yeah, I love
Okay,
it for
that's mine.
circulation. Sorry. You're not taking that one. All right, and then how do you envision, I think we might answer this, incorporating essential oils in your self-care. So is there one thing today that stood out that you're like, I haven't done that yet, but I wanna do that?
Use more of whatever's out there.
Yeah.
Yes, get creative, just get creative.
Yeah.
If you have something there, you're like, I don't know, Google, or message Dr. Brandi, like, hey, what would you do with this? I'm like, what's going on with you? I'm like, okay, this is how I would use it.
I like the idea of putting it in your water.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
But that's just the white label ones you could do that with.
Yeah, but you know, like I said, a lot of the white label ones are in bigger bottles too, that aren't labeled that way. Majority of them you can ingest, majority of them. I wanna say there's only 2 of them that you probably usually can't. I think it's Melissa and another one, but.
So
that's
wait,
it.
the colored labeled ones, you could actually put a drop of that, whatever that is?
Well,
in your
like, like Stress Away doesn't have a vitality one, so I wouldn't do Stress Away in general. It won't kill you, but it's not labeled. These are the ones that you know for sure as you're getting to know the oils, you're like, oh, these are internally. But again, if I see it in a big bottle and that doesn't have a white label, same oil, I'm still gonna put it in my water. So that just helps you identify which ones are safe. So if you're like, I don't know what's safe, that's gonna let you know. And then just stick with that oil, no matter if it's big or small. Anybody else wanna share anything, and then we'll wrap up?
I'd say the clothes for the teething, but my granddaughter, I forgot about that, so.
Go back to that.
Yeah.
Yep. Lavender's good for some kids too, with teething, molars and things. It's not as numbing as clove, but.
What age would you do that with a baby for teething?
As soon as like, you can put it on
On
the
the
big
feet.
toes right
You
away.
put it on the feet?
Yeah,
Okay.
so 3 to 6 months, like
And you're
anywhere
saying
they
top
send.
of the toe?
Or just take it between your fingers and just rub their toes.
Okay.
Yeah, the big toe is usually what you wanna get.
I noticed with Lily, she just turned 9 months, but we've been doing the Cobeba on her big toes at nighttime.
Yeah, so
She
Copape is
tees
another
with
one.
no pain, like she's just drooling.
Yeah,
You know, so I know that
And
helps,
that's
like the
normal.
inflammation in the mouth and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Brooklyn would suck it off my fingers, like, so
really?
not clove, but she would do Copaiba. Copaba's pretty it's just a tree, it's very calm.
Mhm.
But they would just like, it would just numb the mouth, so it's very good for inflammation. But clove, when they're little, I won't put clove in their mouth, I'll dilute it, I'll put it on their jaw or put it on their feet. Yep. So let's just do a quick
What would be
recap.
the difference between putting it on your feet or your big toe?
It's the same, it's just easier, that way you don't have to worry about them getting it in their face or their eyes.
I mean, but on the foot area, what would be the difference if you put it on the bottom of your foot or on your big toe?
Big toe is just gonna focus on the head, the lymphatic, this area, it's just gonna hit so you can put put some clove on your hands and hit the bottom foot, and you know you're gonna find the big toe somewhere. Or you can pinpoint certain areas a little bit more detailed. If you have a sore
There's the
spot,
reflex spots on the feet, so if you wanna get
Yeah.
specific, you can use the reflex spots on the feet and do certain things that way. But majority of the time, if you're just rubbing on the bottom of your feet, you're gonna hit all of them, so you're gonna get what you need. But like if you go like, okay, the inside of the foot is your spine, you know, big toe is the lungs and the head, like, so like there's different spots. If you look up like reflex, spots on the feet,
Okay.
it'll pull up and tell you,
yeah,
but.
just Google Vitaflex feet.
Yeah.
And then you'll
Really
like,
But
oh,
just
this is
generically
amazing.
rubbing it on the bottom of your feet,
Yeah, those
you'll
are
get what you
really-
need, so.
For the
Okay.
digestion.
Alright, recap, self-care is not selfish, we should all be focusing on our self-care. Essential oil quality matters if you wanna have positive effects, if you wanna actually not feel sick afterwards, because we don't wanna be putting perfume on our body. 1% of essential oil out there is actually good quality, the rest of it is all like diluted with all the fragrance stuff. You know, like, come on, think about how many chemicals have gotten put into the world over the last decade, 2 decades, 3 decades. It's like there's so much chemicals coming in. So fragrance is one thing, they don't have to tell you what makeup makes up a perfume, a cologne, there's synthetics, there's scent, they don't have to tell you what's in those things. And a lot of it's like endocrine disruptors, cancerous stuff that's making us sick. So only 1% of essential oil out there is not tainted, so stick with a company that we know is gonna take care of us. Yeah.
I heard that the word, like natural flavoring is like a blanket term for over 3,000 different chemicals, but they don't have to list that.
Yeah.
So they just, put
Isn't that
natural.
horrible?
It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
now
people
they
are
say-
brainwashed,
They know how to label things, so people go, oh, this
Yeah.
is green, so this means it's good for the planet. It'll break down at some point, and it could still take 50 years, cause
And
it's
it's in
gonna
a
break down
plastic
at some
bottle.
point.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah,
They
so-
put it enriched or fortified on something,
You're like,
no.
What? So you took everything out of it to put 5 things back.
You stripped it, yes, oh my gosh.
Don't let them, the marketing, you can just read books on that or listen to me sometimes, cause I go off on that. Don't overcomplicate using essential oils, just use them. If you have them at home, there's a benefit for it and your body's gonna figure it out. So just get curious, start playing with them. If you like making things, make your colognes and perfumes. Like I have a book and I made a really good perfume one time. I wasn't sure how it was gonna turn out, but it turned out great. And I made my husband go to the store and buy, it's called vodka. We don't have vodka in the house, but now I do. It's it's next to my witch hazel. And it's actually called Effin vodka. And I don't swear, it's just, that's the name of it. So my poor husband had to go to the party store, the liquor store, and ask for effing vodka. He's like, I felt so stupid. And I'm like, it's the good stuff. I wanted you to get like, I heard somebody use it, so I made him go buy the same one. It was so funny. Yeah, my husband buying vodka.
I just sent a picture of that to a girl I work with, it's EFFEN.
Yeah.
And that's what Sam bought when she bought the Joy to make me perfume
Yes,
before.
it's a good quality.
So we've got it at home.
Yeah, I mean, you can use witch hazel, but it just doesn't smell as good, so the
Okay.
effing vodka, so if you see vodka in my house, it's in my like DIY cabinet. Yeah, so, include essential oils again in our sleep, calm, relaxation moments, breathe, remember that breathing exercise I just taught you, nutrition, adding it to our water, it's that simple. Mental and emotional support, make sure you're using something, we have so much mental sickness, we have essential oils that can really help with mental sickness. And then physical health are great, like Panaway helps with physical health, clove numbs things, immune system stuff, eaves, frankincense. Oils have that benefit to boost us up. So it seems overwhelming, but you just get an oil and look it up and figure out what it's good for, and we'll just go from there, okay? And then stack your habits, so make sure they're all over the place, you're using stuff. Join a support community. So you can always buy oils like at different, like that store, you can buy oils here, but if you buy oils and you're a loyalty customer, meaning you actually go to Young Living, you make an account, you order your oils through Young Living, if you order them through my referral number or what somebody here, then you get my community to support you. So some people are like, I'll just buy it off the counter. Well, I can't support you, I don't know what your questions are unless you run into me. But if you are like you want a community to help you, then you tell people, just buy it through the company, you get a discount, and you get a community that's gonna help you. So that's why Young Living does it the way they do, they want people to help each other. So then you get put into my community, and you can just reach out, and I try to get better at like reaching out and getting emails, but I'm not really good at that. I wait for the questions to come in sometimes, but.
Spruce, so the society, the Spruce Society.
Spruce Society is really good, they've done a really good
So
job.
how do you become a member of that if you're not?
You are,
I am.
Yeah.
But I've tried to get Sandy in and I can't. How?
I would have to look, she would see her blindness, but they should let her in. Usually it's like there's there's people that are leaders and they take care of their teams, and then they're all in the Spruce. Yeah,
Yeah, cause they got great stuff.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do it.
They have a newsletter too that I like, they have an ebook, they give out information. There's so much to learn, but don't get, like, I'm still learning, and I've been
Yeah.
doing this for a long time. I muscle test things to learn, and I'm still learning. So I don't know everything for sure. The cheapest bundle is honestly the kit that I started off with, which is what I passed around today. Again, when people say, I need oils, where do I start? I say, get this starter bundle. It's got, 12 oils now? 12 oils. So all the oils I passed around, it's got a diffuser in there, it's got the Ninja, it's got hand sanitizer, just a whole bunch of stuff, and it's like $165, and it's got the oils itself, like frankincense is like $30 or $40 bottle. Peace and Calming and Valor are like $45, $50 bottles. So when people are buying certain oils, I'm like, just get the bundle, then I can teach you how to do lemon, lavender, peppermint, and then you have something for every system of the body. So that's why I tell people to get this one, and then you become a customer with Young Living and you get the community support. So I always tell people, if this is where you wanna start, if you don't have a bundle yet, this is where you start. Like, this is where I started. And these are oils you can use for a very long time. You don't have to keep adding to it, just start using these, right? And yeah, thank you. So that's
Thank
today's.
you.
Thank you.